The process of building a home in Austin has changed so much over the last couple years. I have a couple other videos where we go over what that process looks like, but a lot of people I think want to know what happens after you sign a contract. I'm Daphne Quay, your boss lady realtor here in Austin, and today we're going to talk about what the home building process is like after you have signed your contract. Really, the goal of this video is to educate you on the new home building process and what to expect, because ultimately, the more information you know, the readier you will be, and honestly, the more enjoyable the process will be down the line. So if you're debating whether building a home or buying an existing home, I have a video about that, which we posted earlier. But this video is really more about what the process looks like after you sign the contract on your new construction home. So stay tuned, we've got a bunch of information for you. Once we put down the deposit, then we sign the contract with the builder to say that we are buying this home. And then you've got that 5 to 10 days to talk to a lender or provide proof of funds to show that you are able to buy the home. The builder will set the time frame. So I'm saying 5 to 10 days, but it might be closer to 5 or it might be closer to like 7. I don't know, but just so you have a general idea. Once we've provided that approval letter or the proof of funds, then basically we wait about 45 days for the builder to get the permits that they need to build the home. In a normal market, it does take about 45 days. In the market that we're in now, it can take anywhere from 45 to like 90. Prior to 2021, I would say that it would typically take anywhere from 5 to 8 months to build a home. And like I mentioned, now it's taking anywhere from 9 to 12 months to take a home, if not longer. It's not always the case, but do be prepared for worst case scenario. I had one builder tell me a couple weeks ago that their build time is 18 months. I will say that a large majority of the builders in these master plan communities are not allowing a lot of customization. They'll have a couple packages that you can choose from if you're choosing to build a home. So like paint color, cabinet color, and the type of countertop that you get, and like flooring. And they'll have three or four different packages with like different color schemes, but that's as much say as you typically get. It does depend on the builder. There are a couple other ones that are a little bit further out that will let you customize some stuff. But after a certain point in the building process, you can't make changes. When you're like 2 to 3 months out from completion, what you get is what you get. So know that. I want to set the expectation because a lot of times I have clients that are thinking they're going to buy a new construction home and that they can choose the flooring and the backsplash and the countertops and the paint, and like reality is not usually. Once all the permits have been received, then the first step of construction is pouring the foundation. Then what'll happen is we'll start to get weekly email updates from the builder representative telling us where we're at in the process. As a buyer, you are welcome to go out to your new home literally whenever you want. You can drive by it, you can stand on your new foundation or your new lot, or a lot of times they'll leave the homes open for construction until the cabinets are in, till appliances are in, obviously to prevent theft. But if they're just working on the framing and stuff like that, like you can walk in and take a look and see what's going on. So we'll get weekly emails, and a lot of times the weekly emails will just seem like, hey, nothing has changed because we're waiting for something to come in or we're waiting for another permit to come in. That foundation is really high. That house is on such a big slope that they had to make, that's gotta be like a 15-foot foundation. Usually a foundation I think is like 3, maybe 4 feet. If you want the most up-to-date information, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notification so you can be notified every time I do videos like this one. Okay, let's get back to the video. Typically, once the framing is up, we'll have a framing walkthrough so that the home buyer can look at the home with the construction manager, and he can point out certain things about the framing to make sure that it's in good shape. And if you have questions about it, they'll answer them. They'll show you where like the electrical is running through in the framing, where some of the plumbing is, right? In case you want to like put up a TV frame, like you don't want to nail that, you don't want to screw that TV frame into like a water pipe because that could be catastrophic. So it's good to know where these things are. After the framing walkthrough, then we'll do another one. It's called the sheetrock walkthrough. That's obviously when the sheetrock goes up. That's a few months in. Then from there, we just keep waiting until closer to our close date. Once we are anywhere from like 7 to 5 days from the close date, then we'll do something called the blue tape walkthrough and the new homeowner orientation. Basically what this consists of is the home buyer meeting with either the community superintendent and or construction manager, and they'll go over the entire home and all the systems that keep the home running, right? So they'll talk about like where the water shutoffs are. They'll talk about how to like deal with the water heater, turn up the heat or turn it down if necessary. They'll show you where the gas shutoffs are. They'll show you how the sprinkler system works if there is a sprinkler system. They'll talk about maintenance. They'll talk about watering the foundation if that's something you need to do. Like that's a thing in Texas that we need to do sometimes. And just kind of the nuances of how that works. That takes about 2 hours. During that time, you also do kind of like it's called a blue tape walkthrough, where you go through the entire house, literally the entire home, and you put blue tape on all the imperfections that you see. So it could be like somebody's handprint, right? Somebody like took off like a muddy boot and they have like a handprint on the wall. Sometimes we'll see like caulking that's just like kind of like out of place and really crooked that needs to be cleaned up. Sometimes we'll see that there's paint that's gotten on the carpet that needs to be cleaned up as well. So we go through all of that, and the superintendent or construction manager will make a list of everything that's involved, everything that we pointed out, and they'll make sure to clean it up. A few days after that, we'll go back to the home and make sure that that list has been covered. It's called a punch list. So we want to make sure that the house is literally in perfect condition, especially since it's a new home. We want to make sure that the home is in perfect condition before we go to closing. Once that's all been done, a couple days later, we go to closing, and that's it. And that's basically what the process of buying a new construction home in Austin is like, if you're lucky enough to get one. So that is all the information that I have on buying a new construction home in this market in Austin, Texas. I know it's a lot of information, and I think this is kind of a preliminary learning session. So if you don't remember everything that's on this video, the beautiful thing is you can rewind and watch it again, or you can call me or text me or email me with any questions. That's all I got. If you are thinking about selling or buying a home in Austin, please feel free to call me, text me, email me. You can send me an Instagram DM. I am happy to help. Thanks for watching.